Hello everybody, it's Proftrof. We're back again with a new Sseth video. This is World of Tanks review. We have seen this before, all the ads on all the internet. Let's see what the actual game is actually about. I know it's free, I know it has tanks. You might say it's a world of... Okay, let's go.
Hello, this
It's
is
a
a
Reupload, I guess.
If you've already seen it,
I have
away.
not, Sseth.
I got the
What
video
happened?
taken down because I had a meme of this kid puking on the
Oh,
carpet
damn.
and his mom deciding that the best thing to do to improve the situation is to start beating him with a belt. This was
That's one way to improve morale, just beat people up.
inappropriate. I'm incredibly sorry, and I apologize for
Are you Sseth?
everything forever. Hey people,
Are you?
Sseth here. Now,
Okay,
you may
really?
be asking yourself, do I have deja vu, or did you not just review another tank sim 2 months ago?
Did
Correct.
he?
Then
Which
I went
tank
to our
sim?
direct competitor and doubled my
War
money.
Thunder.
Sign up today using
I
my
remember
invite
War
link in
Thunder.
the description below, and new players will get 250,000
God
credits.
damn.
The Tier 5 Elite Heavy
Since it's a Reupload, does it still apply, Sseth? Huh?
Excelsior
Does it?
tank and 7 days of World of Tanks Premium. You also
Premium.
get to rent the Tiger 131, the Cromwell B, and the T-34 85M
Cromwell
for
B.
10 battles each. World of Tanks is a fun and immersive game where the primary players are either Votniks or alcoholics. Despite this, or precisely because
Is that not the same thing?
of this, it's incredibly
What?
successful. In the UK, beatings sharply increase after a football game, dependent on the outcome. If they lose,
Damn.
they get beaten. If they win, they still get beaten, but triumphantly. This game is exactly that, but for Eastern Europe. The game is now 12 years old, so you'd expect it to look pretty dated. But
God
it's had a
damn.
lot of
Yeah, it
graphical
looks good.
overhauls, and dare I say, it actually looks really nice. I started playing this around the same time I got into university. Consequently, I failed university
Oh,
and had
damn.
to repeat the entire year. I think that's a
Damn.
very good endorsement and metaphor for what World of Tanks is. It's like a car crash
sounds
you
so
can't look away from,
light.
except you're the driver, you're drinking, and you're causing all of this to happen. Needless to say,
Damn.
I really like
In
it,
a
and I'm
tank.
coming from a position of integrity, because whose testimony are you going to
Was
listen
that a realistic angel that I just saw?
to? The man who's currently addicted to crack, or the one that recovered? Because, let me tell you, if you broke an
Have you recovered, Sseth? Have you?
How good was it to begin with? Myself, I'm still broken. It's not a personal issue. My crack is just really good. Now, let
Damn.
me tell you about it. Story.
We get supplier. By the way, this is the main reason I clicked on this video. Listen, I know tanks are kind of cute and cool, but you know what's cuter and cooler and probably stronger than an actual tank? Corona. That's goddamn right, and that reminded me of Corona. I don't know if it's actually Corona, but it reminded me of her.
There is no story,
So I was
so
like,
I
I
made
won't
one
click
up
on
in
this.
my head. The
Okay.
World of Tanks takes
Wait,
place
That's World of Warcraft, brother.
in the distant future. Everyone ate so much microplastic that
Oh,
we
God
ended up
damn it.
shitting credit cards and pissing
We became a Turkish furry? There are furries in Turkey?
QR codes. Eventually, we reached critical mass,
Hey,
and now
hey.
we are all tanks, fighting over limited
We are the
resources
tanks.
as we struggle to remember our tragic past. In reality, World of Tanks covers the Gentile uprising of a Second Brother
Gentile.
War, and appropriately, you can play tanks from any of the participating nations.
Oh.
This used to be just Germany, the US, the UK, and the USSR, but
Now?
over time they included France, Czechoslovakia, Japan, China, Poland, Sweden, and I
Wait.
think this is Italy.
China had tanks in the Second World War? I thought they barely had guns. Huh, might need to go back on that.
Sorry, it is genuinely hard to tell sometimes.
What
This
is
is no
that
one's fault
thing?
but my own.
Is that a spaghetti tank? What
Because
is that?
I choose to use the girls in Panzer UI. So please, bear with me. Gameplay. There's a lot of deep mechanics behind this game. And
Yeah?
while there's many official
Bullet go
resources
boom
to
boom?
help you learn them, theory does not compare to practice.
Oof.
Because in practice, you and I are inside the same Soviet random number generator. Reason and logic cannot reach you. Your performance
Oh
is
my
based
God.
entirely on esoteric mysticism, belief,
Esoteric
and high-purity
mysticism.
ethanol coursing through your bloodstream. Combat is very simple. You and your teammates face off against an equal number of opposing steel containers. Your
Okay.
objective is to penetrate and kill their human cargo. You do this with your turret, the effect of which is determined by the size, caliber, and type of ammunition you're firing,
Ooh,
versus
nice.
the angle of impact, the thickness of a plate, and the position on the tank model.
Okay.
Basically, it's all
Yeah, I
about
think most tanks were built to be able to Stronger from the front, weaker from the back, just like humans.
Learning the peculiar eccentricities
Back is
of your
the weak
current
point.
tank against the strengths and weaknesses of your enemy. Unlike War Thunder, which I'm going to compare to often because it's the only market competitor, tanks are not rendered automatically. World of Tanks takes the approach that realistic tank combat is so chaotic that someone has to physically detect an enemy vehicle through their viewing port.
Shit, if you don't see them, they don't exist. It's like me in horror games. If you don't see the monster, it don't exist.
And relay
he doesn't
that
see
position
you.
by
That's how it
radio
works.
to the rest
Trust.
of the team. Now, this is done automatically, but effectively, this means that camouflage and being spotted is the difference between an invisible ghost and a painted live target that's visible to the rest of the enemy team.
Damn.
Getting spotted usually means you're about 5 seconds away from getting pounded by every single tank hidden in the brush. And if you somehow survive, 15 seconds away from getting cooked by artillery.
There's a... Okay, so you have... I know in real life there's like artillery tanks. So there's artillery tanks in the game. That's kind of dope. How do you aim with that shit?
In World of Tanks, stealth determines survival. A stationary tank makes no noise. A moving tank does. And a heavy moving tank can be spotted by the exhaust of its engine alone. The only thing more visible than that is gunshots. Because when the local foliage fires a 122mm shell at you, there's not much room for subtlety. Tank commanders are equipped with a sixth sense, so every time you're spotted, and the commander can sense this, a sound will play, alerting you to the fact. Obviously, this is not the standard sound, and yours may be different. So, instead of getting wrecked in the open, a good strategy is to park yourself in the woods and wait for the enemy to come to you. Much like the match queue, the start of each game, and situations like this require some amount of patience. So, in the meantime, I start fishing shrimp until level 3. This is some good XP, so I'm taking full advantage of it. During the making of this video, I have watched the entirety of Girls in Panzer, made a fortune selling pie shells, and
that's a real thing. Girls in Panzer?
At this point, I'm afraid to admit that I've enchanted over 16,000 rings of recoil. The possibility that I have some form of brain parasite is non-zero. There's a wide variety of tanks in this game, and they're not made equal. Light tanks are fast and mobile.
Just like in real world, they are not made equal.
They're not made for killing targets, but for spotting them. They're invaluable to the team, and when piloted correctly,
they're pretty fast
circles around the enemy. Medium tanks are self-explanatory. Heavy tanks are even fatter and have a top.
I think medium tanks are the only ones that kind of survived into nowadays. Like most tanks nowadays are mostly mediums, right?
Speed in the low 20s. They're designed for the heat of combat, not maneuverability. With armor so thick, they demand an entirely different category of vehicles to counter them. Tank destroyers. These are specialized tank hunters that have no conventional design, aside from one common feature: the largest gun they can possibly mount and fire, without being ripped off from the recoil. And finally, we have my favorite class in the game.
Okay, what the hell is that thing? God, that's a big-ass gun.
SPGs. SPGs, or self-propelled guns, are mobile artillery pieces. Appropriately, you don't fire them like a tank. You press shift, you line up your shot, and turn the entire game into a third-person bombing sim.
What are we listening to, Sseth?
I love it.
I heard artillery and I think it's Russian. That's all I understood there.
How satisfying it is to play artillery.
Bro, this looks
Maybe a piece of Yugoslavia lives in.
How do they defeat the artillery if your ass is sitting like 1,000 kilometers below the...
Me. Maybe in a past life, I was a mortar shell aimed at Croatians. In my humble, yet correct opinion, this game is a lot more tactical than War Thunder. There's no respawns, there's no kill streaks, and you can't just pay money to deploy the same tank again. Of course, those are gripes of arcade, but that's the most popular mode. Over here, the population of players is always healthy, because guess what? It's a single queue. I would describe each match like a single round of CSGO. Anything can happen, all deaths are permanent, and I can never tell if someone's really good or using an aimbot. Recently, I had a match where we completely decimated. 15 kills, no deaths. Complete and total victory. When the odds are equal, the difference is teamwork and coordination. The community is generally really nice. Everybody communicates, gives advice.
Okay, so listen, I've played Counter-Strike, where the community is mostly Russian, and the community is very nice would not be something I would say, okay? No offense.
And I've even had people randomly
Alright, please
message
take
me
care and have a good
after a
one.
fight to tell
What
me
the
that
hell?
I did a good job. That's insane. And then I
I've never
realized
had that in a
that's
multiplayer game.
because this press
Ever.
account is for North America. Do you know what Europe is like?
Okay. I was about to say that I don't think that is actually legally possible in the Balkans and, you know, outside. Okay, I don't see my flag over there, so we did nothing wrong, okay? It's probably all Serbia's fault. Like usual. Why is everybody beating everybody's ass? No teams here.
In America, they actually communicate. In Europe, we use a collective of like every Balkan language ever spoken to insult one another. Now, if this game is primarily played by Eastern Euros, why is it so popular in America? Because every man named Maciek, Wojciech, and Kamil have already immigrated to the United States. They all work in construction, and much like Witcher 3, you can audibly hear as you pass them by. So if you have a choice,
Oh. Is that what you hear said?
I strongly encourage you, please play the US servers instead.
Here you go, Mr. President.
God bless Israel for the big America.
Of course, it is perfectly fine and still really fun to play on European servers. And I do have my OG account there since like a decade ago, so I'm a little sentimental. And to honor this video, I will, for the first time in history, purchase microtransactions using my Wells Fargo $20 checking account. I have bought a premium engine exhaust. Let's see how I perform. In summary, war is hell.
So you buy tank parts and equip them in the tank. It's not just selecting a tank.
Also, there may be something different about my tank.
Yeah, I think
one of
there's
these
booba on
is
it.
not like the others. One of these, seen from an outside perspective.
Okay, I thought the whole point of the game was camouflage. Then you explained that camouflage is one of the most important things. God damn it, how is this fucking camouflage? You got gigantic titty waifus on your tank. Your tank is red, god damn it. This ain't 40k. It don't go faster if it's red, brother. I don't understand.
Feeling.
I've watched a lot of, by the way.
This is how it used to be. See those men fighting the good fight?
Men?
That's my grandfather. Did you know that in times of war, men can lactate? As you may have noticed, this game is incredibly moddable. This can be anything from replacing the UI, to changing your damage indicators, to adding custom sound effects.
Man, it doesn't matter if you're 15, my nigga. I like young girls. I like them 15, 14, 16.
To plastering scantily clad enemy girls all over your tanks. Custom content really elevates this game from good to
how did you do that? Why was the tank upside down?
Would I play anything else?
What happens
the answer
then?
to which is I do, but at the same time, check me out. My damage be doing numbers. All good things aside, this game has become quite massive over time, and all those assets take a while to load. So while a hard drive will still work, I benefit greatly from putting this on an SSD. Critique: this game has a general chat. This consists of people accusing each other.
I need to see that.
Critique: this game has a general chat. This consists.
I live on 10th floor, 3-story apartment. BOGD, B-level apartment next door. I got to watch a lot of titties, coochies washing. I regret that.
Of people accusing each other of being Kremlin bots, old boomers talking about the good old days, and schizophrenics telling me that
I have never met a black Jew. Isn't there straight up a Jewish like type of religion that is centered around black Jews? I don't remember what it's called, but there's a thing about it.
I wish that general chat could work in games, because that's just hilarious. Like, I don't want to queue into a game because I don't know what I'm going to miss.
And we also need to legalize UFO trips for the white boys to Agartha. We need to legalize alien lean.
Also, repair kits aside, the very concept of a medical kit is absolutely ridiculous.
Medical kit?
The gunner is dead. We're trying to cover for him.
Hey.
Question: what is inside that kit?
God damn.
Do you just give him 10 tabs of Pervitin? Also, there's no friendly fire in this game, which, to be honest, I completely understand. But that doesn't mean you can't aggressively ram your teammates to assert your dominance. When they give up and start reversing into you, that's when you know Their resolve has been crushed.
Thanks.
In truth, I don't really have any complaints. This game deserves its success. I would not have been able to mod the game as much as I did, or port over all of those anime skins from 100 versions ago, if not for the efforts of certain individuals and the help of this community. So, genuinely, thank you. This game could be summarized as peek out from behind a corner, shoot your load, and retreat into darkness. But mechanically, there's a lot more to it. And if you're interested, I'm legally obligated to say this. Sign up today using my invite link.
I'll be honest, it does look
in the
kind of
description box
interesting.
below. If you're
I kind of want to try it now.
250,000 credits, the Tier 5 Excelsior, 7 days of World
Tier
of Tanks
5
Premium,
Excelsior.
and you also get to rent the Tiger 131, the Cromwell B, and the T-3485M for 10 battles each.
Ooh.
As always, more content to come,
Wait,
so stay
that's
tuned.
over? What is all this then?
I love my sponsors because they help me get that bread, which is my only chance at surviving the Kali Yuga. I never mentioned this, but it's my sincerest hope that they don't actually watch this video, or they may discover that I've attached my phone number to the press account, so once they take it away, I can steal it back using password recovery. I don't see this as morally dubious, but rather as an extension of my permanent free trial. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly
Merchants Guild's kind of thick,
I'm gonna start playing the Serbian war music now.
Serbian? Am I allowed to listen to Serbian war music? I mean, I'm Bulgarian, so I probably 50% know already. Okay, let's lower that a little bit and just jam to Serbian war music, I guess. Yunak, I know that word, we have it. Yoink. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, that's enough Serbian for one day. Okay, maybe for a whole ass year. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you're down to play with me at some point, if you're down, if you played this, if you've enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and bless everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.